Hi, welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you how to draw an orb with a Fibonacci retracement to help you find breakout of the orb and also help you identify potential resistance and potential targets. And let's get started. So first thing, left side is the example of how it will look like throughout the day from open to close. If you, this is what it looks like. I connect 0.5 to the highs and low of the orb. And I wait for it to pick a side. So typically I draw both sides. So my this is the low connect to the high. For a downside, I connect the lows to the high and the middle point to the low of the orb. And for an uptrend, I put a low 0% at here and 0.5, which is 50% up here. So facing up. This is a downtrend day, so I kept it down. This is what it looks like without any drawing, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to draw it in real time. Okay, first candle, we wait for the first candle to close. Okay, stop. So this is the first candle, which is the open range candle. Go ahead and draw. So let me explain this to you. Oops, sorry, let me draw it again. Let me explain this to you. This is typical, this is, oh, sorry, again. This is a typical orb fib setup that I use, which is from 0.5 to 2. So that's a 1.5 increment because 0.5 add 0.5 is 1, add 0.5 is 1.5, add 0.5 is 2. So based off the strategy that I usually focus on 0.5 to 2. And these are just the resistance that it needs to break through, the resistance that needs to turn into a support for the bears to ride it down to 2. And on a good day, on a strong day, it will typically go from 2 to 3.5. So this is actually a good range for a day based off my experience of the behavior of how price usually moves. But you don't want it to be biased. That's why you create another 1.5 range just in case if it do break out super strong, it could potentially reach 3.5, and also add another 0.5 to 5.0 just to show if it happens to be very strong, it could reach 5. So let's observe this. So let's see. If we didn't look at the left side, we don't know how good it could go. So first thing, we don't want it to be too biased, extend all the way down to 5%. So we'll keep it here and let it keep playing. So we know that it fell under, but to be able to continue, the second one has to agree that if it's want to stay under this 0.5, this area. So continue. It stayed, right? So it stayed and tested the high and rejected and reject it, test back here and it fell here. So okay, so we already reached 2%. That's basically the target. But if we take into time consideration, we have half a day left. So that's some space to move and could potentially go down more. So we can wait until it closes back down from this lower high. So it went down to 2, right? It claimed 1.5 back, but failed to claim 1 back from the previous rejection. So previously reject here, showing the respect to the area. So we bounce back up to the high. Test resistance, fail, 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 and then stop here. So we form a support here at 2%. So because of that support form, going back to test resistance, right? Resistance, but guess what? It didn't make it halfway. It didn't make it to 1 and then reject back down. So let's see if it will close under, then we can add more. Okay, to close under. So now we have to add to 3.5. So this is what the style looks like. I have the color difference at 2, which is the target, 3.5, 2, and 0.5, because that's where the starting point and the ending point for this ORB Fibonacci strategy. So, and you don't have to really use it. You can also use it as just a support and resistance to keep track of a trend. There are many ways to use it, but for me, I like to use this as a target. So okay, respect this area, and it fell all the way 3.5. That's a big area. Okay, it held and it fell again. Okay, now I had to add more, and I also have to extend to closing time. It helps me kind of get like a little read of how much time we have left, the space to run. So let's see. It found the support, right? So this is the target, right? Target. So bounce. This is really big. You won't be able to play this on the 15 minutes. Like this is too big. So you might have to move down to 5 minutes. But it's the same logic. So you draw this on 15 minutes. You can draw this on the 5 minute. Just keep it individual. The visibility, keep it only the 15-minute can see. So I have it at 6 because I don't use 6. I only use 5, 15. So this will keep it separated from a different time frame. So this is how I draw and how I use the fib orb strategy. Just basically you add a Fibonacci to your orb if you're already using the orb strategy at open, just to see how it can move. One thing is, if you want to fix it, you just hover it, and you can see the low is around 5829.98. You can just double tap, and then you can just move the coordinate up. So move it up to 2789. So 2789. So that's how you know you can use this to also be like, hey, this is the open range. If we do break out, we could potentially reach 2. So it can help you also pick out the strike price as well. So there are many ways you can use this to help you during your trading session. So if you find this helpful, share it with your friends, and thank you for watching. See you next time.